There's some weird lag going on. You sound like you're in the Matrix. You know when it goes all like.
I'm going to quickly reset my Wi-Fi just to make sure it lasts, and then we'll do it. Dum dum da dum dum da dum da dum da dum.
Dum dum da dum dum. All right, put my fan up. Wait. Bring on the sweat.
Got a hole in my socks.
Thanks for that information.
Hazardtobirds. Caw.
We're definitely using that. Caw. Hello and welcome to hazardtobirds, the pop culture podcast that doesn't take itself too seriously. Brought to you by Broadcast Comics. I'm Tom McAdam.
And I'm Kieren Stevens. Thank you so much for joining us for the second episode of Hazardtobirds. And despite what the critics are saying, we can assure you no birds were harmed during the making of this podcast.
Absolutely. So call off Greenpeace and all the other animal rights organisations, please.
They use up too much of the alphabet. So we have a very special guest today on this episode of Hazardtobirds. We're joined by the artist on Diamond Issue 1 and just incredible all-around person. It's Domenico Pagano.
Ever since I saw Dom's artwork on Diamond before it was finished, I think, the first script, I'm just mind blown by his talent, especially his colouring and composition of his scenes. It's incredible work. So very excited to have him on today. If he ever answers the fucking phone.
He's seen it, so he should be joining soon.
Hey!
There he is. Maybe. Dom does not have a microphone in his laptop.
Sounds like somebody's in the bath.
Dom, are you in the bath? Blink twice if you are in the bath. This is not a typing interview, Dom. Damn it.
No.
He's already in there. There he is.
Hey!
That's all we get out.
And he's gone again. Amazing.
Well, Dom, that was a great interview. We'll see you all on the next episode. It was a very handsome little hey, though, wasn't it?
It was.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. I could pretend to be Dom. Oh, I just realised what the bath thing might be.
What? Ah, it's that.
Me having a lovely drink. You can handle the human resources. Okay, you recording still?
Yeah. Lots of sound bites. I'm just going to make a deep fake of you eventually.
Soundboard.
Yeah. Kieren soundboard. It'd be amazing.
What if, we found out Dom was a mute? We've got him to do a podcast, but he can't talk.
He's just doing sign language over the phone. This is gold. Gold. He's not a real person.
God, it's the reverse catfish, though.
Or the 60-year-old housewife from Kent.
I'd love that, though. That one's okay. That'd be great.
Posing as a sexy Peruvian.
Pretending he doesn't know how to say, hey.
So I guess we should start with some podcast news. We are now listed on 8 platforms, I think, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and several of the other major.
Pretty sure I got an email today saying we've been added to a new one as well, which is cool.
Yeah. So lots of places we can be found now. And yeah, maybe we should mention the biggest news of the week.
What, do we have some big news, do we?
I think so.
So, of course, we're talking about our Kickstarter for Diamond Issue 1, which this week became 100% funded. It's even higher now, but it's just such amazing news to know that we're over that line now.
Yeah, it's incredible. We just want to say a big thank you to all the backers, all the supporters, everybody that's posted about it, shared it with their friends. Yeah, it's a nice feeling.
Absolutely, we can't thank you enough. But we have to remind you, we've still got a few days left to go. So we announced our new stretch goals last night. So that we're going to make these last few days as best as we can, so we can get this product to the best of our ability to you. That sounded awful. Lost it at the end. Forgot what I was talking about.
I love it when you just try and keep going, but you know it's wrong. You have
that word that and you're like, I just need to blabber until I find that word and it doesn't come. I was on a good tangent.
You were.
Yeah, we really can't thank you enough. But we do have to say we're not done just yet. There's still a few days left to go on the Kickstarter. We announced a few amazing new stretch goals last night, including the black and white digital edition of the book, as well as our new sticker range, which is going to be really cool to see. And that's art by today's guest, Domenico Pagano.
Amazing.
Do you want to do, I saw on Anchor we can record a sponsorship.
Yeah, what does that even mean? I looked at that.
Do you know how you put them looking for sponsors?
Yeah.
They're our first one, so we just need to record a little advert for them.
I don't get it. Like I thought it was like to advertise our podcast.
No, because if you think of what a sponsor is, it's just saying, today we're sponsored by the drink that tastes like amazing happiness.
Amazing happiness.
Think we can get that sponsorship?
I could try.
Cool.
Okay, so we're advertising Anchor.
So I guess we just take a second to thank our host, Anchor, and talk about how amazing they are. Amazing goodness.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, I'm just having a look at if they've got any like tips or anything of how to make a good one. I thought you were going to harmonise with me. I got excited.
I can if you like. You know, I was thinking we really need some kind of jingle as well. Like, not a jingle, but something maybe for the outro.
Maybe until we get a proper outro, we just get our guests to get involved in our little guitar solo thing at the end.
What then?
Yeah.
No.
Do you want to do the sponsorship or?
Yeah. Anchor is an amazing. We just like to take a minute to thank our sponsor. Scream if you want to go faster.
What voice is this?
It's the fairground guy.
Can you do voices?
I can do voices.
You serious?
Yeah.
Fine, you've got sponsorship man. Who's also fairground by day, sponsorships by night.
Can I do it in your voice?
No, because that will upset me. We'd just like to take a moment to talk about Anchor FM. They're the hosts for our new podcast, hazardtobirds, and working with them couldn't be easier. Within a couple of days, we had our RSS.
The RSS. It sounds like a ship. The RSS hazardtobirds set sail.
The HMS hazardtobirds leaves port at 12 midday.
Is that your old man voice?
It is.
Amazing.
I don't do voices. Please, can we do every sponsorship in a different voice?
Why, I man just want to talk about our sponsorship.
Right, I'm gonna mute myself because I can't stop laughing.
I'm not really going to do it, am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not that voice.
All right. Okay, then you just want to take a wee moment there to talk about our sponsor.
Do your Beatles voice. That was maybe the least offensive starting one.
You back in the bath?
Just having a drink, replenish my fluids that have cried out.
Just wading around in the pond outside.
We actually just got rid of the pond from our garden.
What about Chris Eubanks? I could do Chris Eubanks.
Yeah, he's very relevant at the moment.
I think when we stop, I will record a few in accents.
Just try a bunch. Do hey, I'm walking in.
We just like to take a minute to thank Anchor FM. They make it super easy to get your podcast online. We uploaded an episode and it was on 7 platforms in 24 hours. So yeah, if you're new to podcasting and you want to get your show online as soon as possible with minimal hassle, then we definitely recommend Anchor FM.
Just say hey for us. You'll make our day.
Hey.
Oh.
Do you want like that? Finally, I get my connection a little bit stable.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's okay?
It's great.
So, how are you guys?
Good. Very good. It's the first time I've heard your voice, actually. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
finding it weird listening to you two talking.
Yeah, it's weird, right? even Kieren and I have talked for years. And it's the first time we talk like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Almost face to face. Yeah, it's a miracle of these times.
Yeah.
We're crossing 3 countries right now. That's pretty cool.
Dom, how are things in Peru at the moment?
Horrible. We are in the worst part of the COVID situation, no?
Yeah.
Everything is like normal, but you can see everything is not normal. People are trying to act like they usually do, but it's not definitely not normal. It takes me a lot of time to get my computer here.
Sure.
Maybe that'd be an interesting question, actually. We could ask about how COVID has affected the way you work and stuff.
Not much really. I like to stay here drawing, working on the computer. So I can feel the difference when I go out, when I see other people. But
Also, I'm really sorry, I can't get over this. This is like a fever dream, the three of us talking.
Okay, so welcome to Domenico Pagano, and thanks for agreeing to speak with us. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do?
well, as you know, I was born in Peru. I lived here almost all my life. Then when I was almost 20, I went to Barcelona and studied illustration a little bit. But drawing is something I have ever do all my life.
Mm-hmm.
So
Where did you stay when you were in Barcelona?
what do you mean? What part of the city?
Sure. Yeah.
I lived a little time in Sants,
Mm-hmm.
then on Eixample,
Nice.
and very near indeed to Sagrada Familia, 2 blocks. I have lived in 2 different places in the same avenue or street, Marina.
Oh, it's very close to where I live. I live near the Sagrada now.
Yeah, you're living there now, right?
Yeah, very close.
Do you know the Hosso school? It's a quite famous art school in Barcelona, for comic, digital illustration.
Nice.
I have studied 1 year there. It's a
Okay.
nice place to learn.
Yeah, I can't draw. I don't think anybody could teach me to draw.
No, you can. You can.
Nah, I can't. I can sculpt. That's different.
That's something I can understand. How you can sculpt and not draw.
Yeah, it's practice, man. I just need to spend time on it.
And I can make nice sandwiches. Yeah, so do you want me to do the would you rather?
Yeah.
So, Dom, this is a question I didn't send you. So every episode we want to sort of break the ice with our guests by asking an interesting would you rather question. So this week, Dom, we want to know, would you rather go back 100 years into history, or would you like to go forwards 100 years?
Forward, for sure.
Yeah, how come?
To see what's there. Maybe I get up floating in the space with no earth, with nothing. I have no idea what's going to be in the future. I don't know how much time you said.
100 years.
100 years. No, maybe there's an earth still.
It is scary that if you asked me that like a few years ago, I'd be like, oh yeah, in 100 years we'll be in this sci-fi paradise with flying cars. These days, if you ask me that, I'm like, I'm sure we'll be a post-apocalyptic world and by that time.
Yeah. Good answer. All right. So let's go number 2. Okay, Dom. So for those that aren't familiar with your work, what was the first book you ever worked on as an artist?
My first book, the first book I work in.
Yeah, the first book you ever worked on.
I think it was a 5 books collection called Enet. That's the first serious comic project I worked in. I was totally disconnected from the comic media here in Peru,
Mm-hmm.
and some friends of a friend called me to a meeting to talk about this project. So they told me they have this character, a girl from the Peruvian jungle, who has been murdered, and she came back to life and take revenge from their murderers. So that's the first comic book I work in, and it's about to. It was like in the fridge for a long time, so now finally it's going to be out for public.
Awesome. So
So
we can buy it from somewhere eventually.
yes, soon it's going to be probably translated to English
Hmm.
and in digital version to download in CBR PDF.
Amazing. Awesome.
How cool is that? So that's two upcoming books for you, Dom.
Yeah, this is that's why I told you this is a good year for me, not
Amazing.
for
That's a
the
really
rest
good
of the
year for
world, I
all of
think.
us. So, Dom, how what year was it that you were started working on that book?
When we start to talk about this project, no, like probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
So, I mean, you must have changed quite a lot as an artist over those 5 years.
Yeah,
What
for
do you think
sure.
those biggest changes have been?
When I start working with these people, I start to watch and to learn about many different authors and artists, and my influences grow up heavy.
Mm.
So it was like a rain after being dry for a long time. I
Okay.
started working with people. I mean, in a project with different people, different artists, different writers. It's a very rich experience.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
The same we are doing with Diamond.
I mean, even when I first saw your drawings through Kieren, I've seen since then your artwork improving almost like every time I see something new from you, it gets better and better and better and better every time.
Thanks.
No, really, it just interests me how you improve, and I guess it's just a case of time.
I think it's just as you said before with sculpting. It's just practice. There's no, the word talent. It's like a little tricky. You
Exactly.
think you have the talent and you have nothing. You just have some inclination, some tendencies.
Sure. It's a drive, right? A passion.
Exactly. You have to do it, and you have to do it a lot to do it better.
Yeah. No, totally.
And that's the only way I know.
I think that's definitely, but like for the two of us, a big reason why Diamond really feels like it's coming out at the right time. Because we were both maybe starting out when we started talking, but we've both grown, I think, with each other's work, which has made Diamond like so much better than maybe it would have been a few years ago.
Yeah, you're right. We have a lot of time with this too. Diamond is not as new as many people could think.
All right.
Nice.
So, Dom, do you have a particular piece of work that you've done for Broadcast Comics that you're proud of? Any one piece in particular, or a page maybe that you prefer?
In fact, talking about this, we were talking before about what helps me to improve my work.
Mm.
This is a very important thing. When I start talking with Kieren, he starts sending me characters descriptions, and it's like a temptation. I was with
Yeah.
my things, and I start getting this little text, and it was, oh, this is a very interesting thing. I want to draw this.
Mm.
I never took this as a job. I really took like the chance to create something with 100% free. So this, in fact, helped me a lot to improve my style. Having no restraint in style, in details, in anything.
Yeah.
And this was like 1 year of 1 or 2 years of getting different characters, and which one, because we have worked a lot of character design, and one I like a lot and I felt in its time pride of, it's the Parasomnia design.
I knew you were going to say that one.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
A gorgeous piece.
When I finish it, I feel like, oh shit, it's scaring me.
I think we definitely can't talk too much about Parasomnia. I think with the excitement you have for that character, we're definitely going to have to bring them into the book at some point.
Yeah. I hope I can put my hands on it soon.
Well, there you go, a little tease going forwards.
little bit.
What time is it for you guys? It's very late for you, right?
It's 2 for me, 2 a.m.
Yeah, one
Oh,
for me.
Yeah, I have started now that I have this new laptop. I have started with Blender.
I love Blender.
Ooh.
It's amazing. I'm starting with the basics. I just made a donut with the
Yeah.
glazing,
Yeah.
but the knowledge I already have it because I have learned 3D design on 3ds Max. I just have to get used to this program, this software.
Yeah. It's very intuitive when you start using it. You're watching Andrew Price, right? On YouTube.
Yeah, you're right. Because of the donut, you guess.
Yeah.
I guess you know this because of the donut.
It's the first thing I did as well. It's very good.
It's awesome. He's very clear. Yes, very useful.
I speak to him on LinkedIn sometimes.
Well, continue, please.
Kieren?
He fell asleep.
Yeah, he heard Blender and fell asleep.
He went to eat a sandwich, maybe.
He's very good at making sandwiches.
Oh man, I was really enjoying that Blender chat. Did you get to finish it?
We thought you'd fallen asleep because of Blender.
No, my Wi-Fi just cut out completely. I couldn't message you to say it had happened, but I couldn't get back on.
Nah, it's all good. You want to ask the last question before the Wi-Fi cuts out again?
Yeah, absolutely. So Dom, we have a little bit of a bonus question here for you now.
Okay.
So, as we know, Diamond Issue 1 is just funded on Kickstarter. So me and you have been speaking a little bit about the second issue lately, haven't we? How do you think the second issue will compare to the first in a sort of artistic respect?
When you start a project since the beginning, it's tough. You have to establish many things.
Mm-hmm.
Second issue had all this initial part already done, so I would love to focus more on the on the details, graphic details, and even maybe a cleaner style. I like try different styles in this comic. It's not something I used to do, but I try to find what looks better for this character and for this kind of story. And I think I get a clear idea of how I'm gonna take on number 2.
I want to know when, how, and how quick we could get it done. That's what I want to know. Thank you very much for coming to speak with us today. We hope it's not been too awkward. All right, shall we sign off?
Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 2. We really hope you enjoyed it. We know we definitely had a great time talking to Domenico Pagano. So we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks very much for joining us. Tune in next time. Do you want to say goodbye, Dom, and we'll sign off?
It was nice to work on this project to reach the goal, and let's see you on Diamond 2.
Absolutely, awesome.
We should probably also, before we go, just quickly announce that Diamond Issue 1 has now been sent for reviews, which means in the next few days we're going to get some bit of feedback on the book if you're not quite sold on it just yet.
That's awesome. Very good news. Okay, so we will talking soon, I guess.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, guys, so go to rest.
Cool, man. Buenas noches.
Bye-bye. Buenas noches, amigos.
Ciao, man.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Tom, hit the outro.
Can't hear.
The birds.